out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast with your host Logan and
Dan.
And today we bring you a special new segment on the show. We are going to be passing the pen. And by passing the pen, we're basically just going to be booking some current wrestling storylines, whether it's a title match or a title picture or a non-title thing. Basically, we're just going to be fantasy booking what we would do for the next amount of months, basically to SummerSlam or to the summer in general, whatever it may be. And we're going to go back and forth. I'll give Hayde a thing to book. He'll give me one. We'll go back and forth a couple of times and see what kind of fantasy book storylines we can put together. So you want to go first, Hayde, or you want me to go first?
I'll give you one first.
Okay.
I want you to book the women's tag team titles.
Ooh.
Till SummerSlam.
Interesting. Okay.
So you kind of give me what the ideal way you would book the tag titles till SummerSlam. So you give me what they're gonna do here. You got, obviously they're not on the Backlash card.
But if I'm fantasy booking, I can put them on there. Yeah, I guess.
Well, we'll skip the Backlash card because it's already pretty much done. So you got a Saturday Night's Main Event, you got Clash in Italy, Night Champions, Saturday Night's Main Event, and then SummerSlam. Now, obviously, they're probably not going to be on every single show, so
yeah.
Just what would you do?
All right, so obviously the tag champs, Brie Bella and Paige.
Yep.
So let's see. I think what I would do is, I've kind of talked about this on different things before, since Paige came back. I basically would have the women's tag team championships be defended on Saturday Night's Main Event, and I would have them lose. I'd have Paige probably take the pin. She loses the tag team titles to, let's say, who do I want them to win? I gotta have a good team to have. Let's have Bayley and Lyra do it, because I wanted them to win at WrestleMania anyway. So,
well, that ain't happening.
Let's have Bayley and Lyra get the tag team titles at Saturday Night's Main Event over Paige and Brie, and Paige takes the pin. And then we go to the next couple Monday Night Raws, and Brie's she seems okay with Paige, even though she lost the title, but really you can tell the camera's catching her, giving some glancing looks or something. And then eventually we get a couple weeks down the line, Nikki Bella comes back. Nikki Bella's cleared to compete now, the ankle injury and everything. So we get the inevitable, which was going to happen anyway, in the Bella turn on Paige. Both the Bellas are going to turn heel on Paige, because it was supposed to be the Bellas anyway at WrestleMania, but Nikki got hurt. So the Bella twins are going to turn on Paige, and then we'll get them out of the picture. They'll go do their own thing. And then, actually, maybe Paige will go away for a little bit, and then we'll have the Bellas have a rematch on like a Raw against Bayley and Lyra, and then they won't be able to win. Bayley and Lyra will retain the tag team titles. So then we'll go to, what'd you say after that? It was Clash in Italy?
Yeah, Clash in Italy.
They probably don't defend it, Clash in Italy. I think the women's tag titles stay off that card. So
yeah, probably. We'll
move to the next couple Raws after that, or SmackDowns, either one, and Bayley and Lyra defending them, or at least in segments with Charlotte and Alexa, with Lash and Nia, with other women tag teams. I forget who else. Oh, Kiana and Julia. Whoever else is in the division. And they have their segments. Maybe they have a match, maybe non-title matches on the SmackDowns and Raws. And then we get to, what's after Clash in Italy? It was another Saturday Night's Main Event?
No, it was Night Champions.
Oh, it was Night of Champions in Saudi. Okay. So, Night of Champions in Saudi. I mean, I know it's Night of Champions, but that doesn't necessarily mean all the titles are going to be on the line, right?
I don't think they do. I don't think
they do that anymore. Yeah. I think it's just the title versus title, the women's versus the women's, and then the men's. So let's say the women's tag titles are not on the line at Night of Champions, because the Saudis hate women anyway. So they're not going to be. They're not going to be on the card there. So let's go all the way. We have them defend maybe once or twice on a Raw with Lash and Nia, or against Charlotte and Alexa again. And they go back and forth. Bailey and Lyra keep the titles the whole time. And then we eventually get to SummerSlam, right? Is that the next thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, you got the one Saturday Night's Main Event at Madison Square Garden.
Ooh, okay.
That's the last one.
Saturday night's main event in Madison Square Garden. You know
Mhm.
what? Let's put the titles on the line there. Let's have
Okay.
Bailey and Lyra defend the tag team titles against in a triple threat tag team match against
Ooh,
Charlotte and Alexa and the Bellas.
okay.
So we have a triple threat tag match for the tag team titles, but Bailey and Lyra are able to keep the titles because Bree is the one who takes the pin because Paige returns and costs the Bellas the match.
Okay. I
So
like that.
so Bree goes down, and then we continue the Bree and the Bellas and Paige's rivalry now that Paige is back, and Bailey and Lyra get to keep the titles. And then we go to SummerSlam, or we go to the Raws and they have their segments or whatever, and then we go to the
Hmm.
SummerSlam. And do we have the women's tag team titles on SummerSlam? Is that something Triple H would do? Is it
I can
something?
see it.
Is it something I would
They got
do?
enough.
I don't
They got
know.
enough tag teams to do it.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Let's have two pay-per-views in a row. Let's have the women's tag team titles defended on one of the nights of SummerSlam. Let's go night one of SummerSlam. We have Bailey and Lyra defend against. Let's see. Let's go Lash and Nia. Bailey and Lyra versus Lash and Nia. And on SummerSlam, Lash and Nia get the win, and they're the two-time tag team champions.
Okay. I can see that. That's believable.
All right. Okay, so your first booking opportunity, I want you to book the mask versus mask slash what Gable does.
Alright, so that's coming up at what was it called?
I forget what it's called. Dos Loches or something like that.
Something of the Greats, Night of the Greats or something like that. So you get the mask versus mask match. Say that 5 times fast. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the OG losing, Chad Gable.
Yep.
I think Americano Kaiser is just. I think he's gonna stay down in AAA now, kind of do his thing down there. He could become one of the biggest stars. I could see him beating Dom for the title
Probably. I
after
mean, I
this,
wouldn't put it
honestly.
past him. Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me. So then that kind of throws Gable out there. I could see him maybe doing a match after that.
Maybe.
A kind of like, with just being Chad Gable versus El Grande. Um, I'll say that do that at the next pay per view for AAA. And then what I would say is you have Grande go over him again, and then to be fair, it like what happens at AAA has no effect on what happens at WWE.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're
So
completely different. They're
yeah,
face heel in each like they swap. So
yes. So you have Chad Gable lose that match. El Grande gets a big time rub, which maybe leads into a match with Dom for the title. Then I would say you put Chad Gable away for a little bit. Just let him kind of stew. Maybe I'm not even talking a long time. Maybe a month. Just give him some time to kind of rebuild, and then bring him straight back into. Um, I could even see him let's put him straight back into the Intercontinental picture.
okay, yeah.
Let's even say that he comes back and he kind of goes back into that thing that all started at El Grande was when he was starting to go up against some of the luchadors.
Hmm.
So let's have him come back and maybe his first match back against Dragon Lee.
Nice.
And he just lays Dragon Lee out. Maybe a chaos theory on the floor or something.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Just totally takes out Dragon Lee. Then that ticks off Penta. Okay, so maybe we have a returning Phoenix come back,
Mm.
and he takes on Chad Gable, and Gable takes him out with a chaos theory outside too, and beats him, and then we got Penta really ticked off, and that maybe sets up. It could be SummerSlam, it could be after that, where we get Penta versus Chad Gable in kind of a blow off, and Gable can then maybe take the title off of Penta
Okay. Yeah.
to build him up faster and get him into uh, where he was before he got injured. So that's what I would do with Gable.
All right, I like it.
And then he can have the Intercontinental run. It doesn't have to be
Any
long,
video
but it just gives
packages
him.
while he's away for that month?
Maybe you do like a little montage, kind of like, but you're bringing him back as a heel. It's hard to do video
True,
packages for
true.
heels. So I mean, you could always do something where he's training and then says that, and maybe to bring him up to date on the AAA story if some people aren't watching
He
it.
hates
Maybe
Mexicans.
something where he just hates luchadors now, and what happened to him in Mexico is why he felt like that in AAA, and then now he's coming back to eliminate luchadors from the WWE. Maybe that's the whole gimmick,
All right.
but. And then he ends up with the Intercontinental title, and then you kind of go whatever way you want to after that. So that's what I would do with him.
Yeah, that sounds good. I like it.
But okay, so let's see here. Let's do a fun one.
Ooh.
Um, I'll give you here. I'll give you. Well, we were talked about this in a different show. I'll give you the power.
Ooh.
You book me the end of Cope and Cage.
Oh, okay. All
You
right.
tell me how this goes down.
Well, knowing me, it goes for 5 more years.
Okay, let's not get crazy.
All
Let's
right.
say they're going to end this year at
Okay.
some point.
Okay. So we've got their possible last match against FTR in an I Quit match, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Yep, against
think
FTR.
that's what I said. Yeah,
Oh, I missed it. I heard I quit. I didn't hear you
I
say
said
you quit.
FTR first,
Okay, I missed it.
and I
Sorry.
think
I should pay attention to this.
I'm gonna have I guess I'll call him Cope. I'm gonna have Cope and
Yep,
Christian.
yep. Cope.
I'm gonna have them go over.
It's Christian and Cope.
It's Cope and Christian.
Uh-uh.
They're gonna go over
Christian
on FTR.
and Edge.
FTR is gonna say I
Okay.
quit.
Wow.
We're
So they're
not
the champs?
we're not losing. We're not losing just yet. It's the ride's
Okay.
not over. We're not finished just yet.
Okay, Sam Roberts, calm down.
So then we go for a couple of weeks, a couple of maybe a month or two, and they're riding the
They got
high
the
of
titles.
what?
They have the
I know that's what
titles
I'm
if
about to
they
say.
win.
They're riding
Okay.
high with the
Okay.
tag team titles. They're cutting some promos, some passionate promos in front of the fans,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of teams to face.
they've kind of been rejuvenated. And they go on. They have some banger matches on a Dynamite here, a Collision there. They have some good matches against some good tag teams, and then we get to the end of the year.
Okay.
December 31st. I don't know if that's going to be a pay-per-view but or a match that would have a show on it, but we're going to do it.
Probably not, but that's fine.
Anytime the last AEW show in December, whatever that may be, a
Okay.
Collision, a Dynamite, a pay-per-view, whatever it is. The last thing that happens in December of 2026 for AEW.
Okay.
We're going to have Cope and Christian defend the tag team titles against the Young Bucks.
Oh,
And the
finish
Young
with the Milwaukee
Bucks
Bucks.
are going to take the titles and officially retire Cope and Christian.
Now, is this a retirement match?
Yes, they will.
Or
You know what? We're going to do a Ric Flair style retirement. We're going to have Cope and Christian say, every match we wrestle could be our last match. Somebody beats us,
oh,
we're done.
oh, they're putting everything on the line.
Yep. And then they go
The
through,
balls are on the table.
they win every match. They have some close calls, some pretty big near falls, but they always win. And then we get to the end of the year, the final show of 2026 for AEW, and it's the Young Bucks versus Edge or Cope and Christian for the tag
Mhm.
titles, and the Young Bucks go over. Cope and Christian shake their hands, and it's a curtain call.
Oh wow. Okay. I think they're gonna lose to FTR.
This is past the pen, not what's going to happen in real life.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I like that. I want them to go as long as they possibly can. So I wouldn't mind that.
Your next book thing that you got to book is I want you to book Roxanne / Finn Balor and where they go.
Well, from the looks of it right now, it looks like that Finn's trying to convince her to leave the Judgment Day and turn on him. Now, going back to the history of Finn and Roxanne, Finn is the one that recruited her in. Liv got hurt, and they needed someone new to do the tag titles
Yep.
with Raquel. And Finn recruited Roxanne to come in and kind of take that spot until Liv came back.
And also possibly date
So,
Dom, but then they got rid of that storyline.
and they did a few little things with Dom and all that stuff, but it like Liv came back and was never really addressed.
Nope, never.
She she kind of just
She just accepted her.
accepted her into the Judgment Day, and nothing really happened with it, which was fine at the time. But you always had that little bit of tension there that she was kind of Liv's replacement, and then Liv came back, and now she's kind of played second fiddle to Liv.
Mhm.
So I can see Finn easily talking her into turning on
Kind of
Judgment
like a angel and devil on the shoulder type of thing.
And with Stephanie out, Liv needs a partner. So this could be the perfect chance to give Roxanne her shot. I could see something where maybe on an upcoming Raw here, maybe it's Dom and Finn again against each other, or even Finn versus JD.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Liv coming out trying to get involved. They all come out, and then it ends up being Roxanne that turns on Liv and helps Finn win the match. And then we have, them kind of going at each other there. And that could maybe lead to maybe at the Saturday Night's Main Event, you get Finn and Roxanne versus Dom and Liv. You can have that match. They could even pull out the classic match from SummerSlam, I think 2008, when it was the winner take all match. You could have Dom put his title and Liv put her title online against Roxanne.
Oh,
and Finn.
that's cool. Yeah.
Do the AAA in the women's world, or the women's WWE.
She's the women's world.
She's women's world. Put both titles on the line. That's what happened when it was Kofi and Mickey versus Glamorella. And then Santino acted like he won the entire match when Beth really did all the work.
Of course he did.
So I can see that same
exact thing
cool. Playing out. I can see that exact same style match playing out, but this time Liv beats Roxanne, and Dom celebrates like he won the entire match. Same kind of idea.
Okay.
So then you kind of get that, and that maybe even you go into Clash of Italy, and maybe you give Roxanne a real title match one-on-one.
Ooh, okay.
Obviously she ain't gonna win.
Okay.
You're gonna get Raquel interfering somehow.
Yeah, what side she choose?
Doing that. Oh, Raquel's gonna go with Liv. But I could easily see it being a Batista style idea. Where maybe Liv is ticked off and she's talking smack about Roxanne, but then maybe we get some segments backstage where Liv's kind of talking bad about Raquel too.
Ooh, and Raquel
and
hears.
maybe you get the like they recreated this with Bayley and
they did do that, yeah, where she speaks Japanese.
Control, and where she listened in on the conversation. So you could even have, they're doing that weird. They're sitting in that corner where like Liv's sitting on Dom, and they're just kind of chilling in the back, and she's talking about how dumb Raquel is or something.
That could be good, and then Raquel hears
that she tricked Raquel into teaming with her instead of going with Roxanne, and then Raquel's like around the corner and she heard everything.
I like it.
And so maybe you get at Clash of Italy or even at Clash of Championship fight Rhea.
Champion versus champion, yeah.
But you can even have a match where maybe it's Raquel versus Liv again, one-on-one, even on a Raw. And then that's when, like maybe Liv wins the match, but she starts beating down Roxanne. And then that's when you have Raquel kind of turn on her, take her out, and then maybe that leads to Liv versus Raquel at SummerSlam. And then maybe Roxanne's in her corner.
Okay.
I can see that happening. And then Finn, I think he'll get another match with Dom, and he'll move on to do something else. Either find a new feud or maybe try to get into the Intercontinental picture, which there's a lot of people. But I wouldn't mind seeing a Penta versus Finn Balor match. But there's a lot of people in that picture right now, so it's going to be hard to tell.
I like that.
What they're going to do. But I don't think Roxanne and Finn are going to go together as their own little group either. I think it's going to be just convince her to leave. Kind of like the same way that happened with Damian and Rhea. They kind of both left at the same time, but they didn't join together. Now, sometimes they teamed up together, but they didn't join as a new faction. I don't think Finn and Roxanne.
No, probably not.
New faction. I think he'll convince her to turn on Judgment Day, but I don't think she's going to like be with him all the time and come out for his matches or stuff like that. I think it's just going to be them turning. They might do the tag match and then they might go separate ways after that. So that'd be my best guess for what to do, which all leads to Liv versus Raquel at SummerSlam.
All
You
right.
get the finale of the Judgment Day that's been going on
Diesel
for
versus Shawn.
7 years, basically. Same idea. Diesel finally got tired of the way Shawn was treating him, turns on him, and then I could see Raquel winning the title at SummerSlam and putting the title on Raquel. And then you could go, huge feud, keep doing Liv with her, and you start building up the matches.
But in this
Heck in a
fantasy book
Cell,
storyline, does Liv
Last
still
Woman
have the
Standing.
bruised face and everything? She just hasn't healed.
Yeah, it'll never go away. She has to have it. Just stuck there.
They
Forever.
they uh on Cody's podcast on YouTube, the "What do you want to talk about" thing. She was on there, and all of the thumbnails, they use her face from when she's in the studio, so she's got all the bruises and everything. So the thumbnails are just her bruised face.
Yep. Yeah, Cody's not real gentle with his podcast. What do you want to talk about?
All right, well that's pretty good. I like the whole Roxanne and then Raquel hearing what Liv's saying behind her back and everything. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to finish the Judgment Day. Because you can still have Liv and Dom be together.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But then the Judgment Day is finally finished. You get rid of that.
And Dom needs some
And
new
then-
music anyway. Dom said that he hates his music, so
And then you can build. Well, that's the same thing Liv said.
yeah. Now,
And Finn.
now
I don't
everybody-
think anyone likes the Judgment Day.
no, because it got all that horrible band or whatever they're called. I forget what Def Rebel.
Because Finn was so happy he was back to his old song.
Yeah, well, it sounds good.
And then Liv was so happy she had her own thing.
She's trouble.
Yeah, she is trouble. But then you're building up Raquel, and then you made a new star.
Yeah,
And
I
Raquel
like that.
seems to be pretty healthy since she had all those problems there.
Mhm.
So she can be in that reliable.
Yeah, she had that skin condition or something.
And then who knows what happens after that? You can have that feud, and then maybe we eventually bring Stephanie back. Who knows when she's gonna come?
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
So,
And maybe Roxanne goes after her because she wants to be
yeah,
the world title.
you can have Roxanne do it. So could be anybody.
I like it. Was there any more
What I do.
scenarios you wanted me to book, or is that it?
I think that's good for this time.
All right. 2 different storylines. You gave me 2 tag team ones. I gave you a couple mid card ones, and
Mm-hmm.
I think they all ended up pretty interesting. I like my Edge, my Cope and Christian one.
Yeah, of course you do.
If it was up to me, they'd be going forever.
Oh, we know.
They're never dying. They're never dying. But that's going to do it. Let us know down below in the comments of Spotify and on YouTube if you agree, if you like what our booking decisions would be, our future fantasy booking. We kind of fancy ourselves some fantasy bookers. So let us know down below
Not the psycho ones,
if
though.
you agree with what we put together. If you disagree, that's also an option. I don't like it, but it's also an option.
Nope, don't
And
do that.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and everything Brothers Wrestling. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.